Hello and welcome back to David Wheeler Models. Right, today I will be reviewing the new Osiris Models, formerly Badger, Cold War era British Alvis FV103 Spartan. It's available in multiple scales. It's 3D printed first of all. Obviously the Badger company are now defunct, which have now become Osiris Models. So first of all, when you get your model, it's very well packed. I won't show you the box because it's quite big, sort of somewhat oversized, but that makes sure that when you get the model, it's pretty well protected and the chances of it being damaged are, I would say, minimal. So this is an example of how it comes. I've actually cut out the Spartan. This one is the Striker, which is similar sort of chassis, if you like, body frame, to the Spartan, but just to show you how it comes. So it comes in this well protected plastic case. As I said, it's 3D printed, and this is currently 72 scale. There are various scales available: 176, 172, 148, 143, which I presume is for gamers, but I've also discovered that that is the same as the old dinky Spartan. For those of us who were sort of old enough to remember when it came out, I had the dinky model back in the 70s. It was one of my favourites, the old Striker. And also 135th scale. So at 2024 prices, the 176, 172 scale versions are £16, and the 135th is £45, which I think is quite a good price really, compared to the Accurate Armour version of the Spartan, which is sort of around £75. But sadly, I've also, in doing this article, I've discovered that Accurate Armour are no more, will be no more very shortly. So that's a real shame for anyone who is a fan of the British or modern British armoured fighting vehicles. I know there is a modern British armour special interest group. I've seen some of their fantastic models at the model shows. So I hope that this genre will be available still. I know you can get sort of kits from, I believe, is it Academy, and some of the others of the modern British, but I do hope that in 35th scale especially, that there are still lots of models, subjects and accessories available. I've actually let Osiris Models know as well, because I think they'll probably get quite busy with the 135th modern British now that Accurate Armour are sadly no more. And for anyone who ever had an Accurate Armour model and made one, they're superbly detailed. So it's a real shame that they're going, but I think they've been going for 30 odd years. It's like many companies that are sort of small and, as we say, cottage industry, that they can only go for so long, and sort of people run out of sort of energy of working hard and keeping them going for 30 odd years. So I commend Accurate Armour excuse me, I commend Accurate Armour for going so long and making all those wonderful models available. So let's carry on with the Spartan. So like I said, this one is the Striker. So I've cut the Spartan out, and this is how it now appears. So there you go, that's 72 scale, and hopefully you can see that the detail is incredible. Since the Badger version, which I'll show you in a moment, they've put on the new, or say the cage that is often the stowage cage on the back, that's often seen in, especially in the Gulf War versions of this fighting vehicle. So that's a recent addition. I think possibly as well the machine gun is better detailed, it's finer, and I don't know if you're able to see it, but you can actually see the little rounds of ammo, the chain there that sort of hang beneath the, I think it's a general purpose machine gun, 303 caliber, I believe. So the detail is absolutely superb. Also the side, I think that's some sort of tray or something that sort of slides down there, folds down, for, I don't know even why it's used. Someone probably will be able to tell me. So that is very well detailed, as with all the stowage sort of little lugs on the side there. As you can see, there's all the rear of the vehicle, and the tracks are pretty good, pretty well detailed, because the CVRT tracks have a kind of a sort of a triangular pattern on them. And if anyone has made the Airfix Scorpion. I mean, obviously it's an old kit now anyway, but they'll know that the tracks on that are not the best. They're sort of square link, and they're not like the actual original vehicle. So there it is. I'm going to slide alongside now the old Badger one that I made, or painted rather. It was already made. And as you can see, I've added a few extras on here, like the stowage boxes and the fuel cans there, and some ammo boxes on the back there. Lovely model, been an absolute pleasure making that. So I was really pleased to see that Osiris have taken over now from Badger. Very disappointed to see Badger go, but the models are as good, if not better. And this one comes as well with, I've got it in a little bag here, I don't know if you can see it very well, the extra sort of stowage basket that was often seen on top of the Spartan. Then again, especially in the Gulf War theatre, and you can't really see them very well, but it even comes with tiny little mirrors, which are often obviously fitted onto AFV's armoured fighting vehicles. They often get broken and bent, but at least you've got the option of providing them here, so that's really good to see. So if anything, it's an improvement. I really do, well, I've already wished Osiris Models well. They're doing a great job, so long may that continue. As always with 3D printed, if I was going to be uber critical, I would say just a shame that you can't open the hatches. You know, it's nice to see vehicles with, well, as often is the case in when they're photographed and seen, there are people driving them and sort of hanging out of them. Really, AFVs and tanks only sort of completely button up when they go into war itself, which is fortunately doesn't happen as very often, sort of 2-3% of the time, depending on what's going on in the world. So it would be nice to be able to open the hatches and basically sort of add figures. Excuse me. And basically add figures. But other than that, we know that 3D printing is complex, and in time, I know Osiris are looking at basically involving the technology and wherewithal, the knowledge to be able to provide panels and covers that can open. Just to also let you know that this does come as a separate. So if I carefully remove that, you can see that you've got some scope there for at least moving the cupola around, because obviously in reality the real thing rotates. I'll get that back in there. There we go. It slides in there nicely. It fits nicely as well. You might need a little bit of trimming on it just to fit it in there, but it fits very nicely indeed, and a bit of super glue will probably just sit that in there perfectly. So yeah, it's a lovely model, and like I said, it's one of my favourites, the Spartan. Had the dinky one as well, the Striker, which is a variant of the Spartan. Had the dinky one as a kid, absolutely loved it, one of my favourites. And overall, a lovely model, and I'm sure this one on the left here will turn out as good, if not better, than the one on the right. That's me done, so thank you for staying with me. Hope you love our modern British as I do, or you're very interested in just models and 3D prints and things, and you can see that the technology is just getting so much better now. The detail is incredible. So as always, well done Osiris Models, not Badger anymore, and long may you continue to trade and provide us with some lovely models like this in small scale, but as I said, also now doing 35th scale. So well done Osiris Models. Thank you then, bye bye.